Mississippi State and Frisco for 3 games this weekend. Was it the Frisco College Classic? Is that what this one's called? We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
How can you watch that one?
I mean, I'm guessing Flow Sports.
Yeah, but like,
it's
do you know
something
the
like
platform?
that. No, D1 Baseball is offering a special. If you check out their Twitter feed, then you can stream it through them.
There it is. The Frisco College Baseball Classic being streamed through D1Baseball.com. March 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It is only available online at D1Baseball.com. You can buy a day pass for $9.95, or you can buy the weekend pass where you can watch all of the games for $24.99.
My God. Okay. So, first of all, love the guys at D1 Baseball. And you got to get paid for you got to make money. It's part of the deal. If you want to watch Ole Miss this weekend, you got to pay what was like $16 or $10 or whatever. Is it either the SEC is just so far ahead of everybody else and they get it, or it feels wrong to ask somebody to pay $24 to watch college baseball on a website? Like, if you really want the game to grow, don't you want it to be accessible by more people? We're talking college baseball here.
Yeah, but the people putting on the tournament are going to have to foot the bill for it, and they're not just going to spend $50,000 to put however many games on television and cut into the revenue generated because they got to pay guarantees to teams and rent the stadium and all that stuff. And so, and they did this last week in Round Rock and streamed them, and it was a really good product also. It was not what we've seen in the past.
Look, I understand. I mean, things are expensive. You got to make money. But I keep going back to this. We ask so, I say we, as if I'm involved in it. People ask so much of their fans in terms of costs. Fans are being, everything's more expensive. Tickets prices are going up, all this stuff. Now you have to donate to collectives if you want to win. Everything's more expensive. And now, if you want to watch the state baseball this weekend, you got to spend $9 a day to watch your team play on your computer screen. It's not buying a ticket to the game. This is, you got to spend what you would spend on a ticket to the game to watch them through a computer screen. At what point are we doing a disservice to fans by just making them pay for everything? You've got to pay for coaches' interviews now. If you want to see an interview with your coach, you got to pay for it. It's crazy how much all these microtransactions we're asking sports fans to do just to watch the teams play. It feels like it's just overwhelming. I've got friends that are not going to watch a single pitch of Ole Miss baseball this weekend. Why? Because they got to pay for it. They'll put Kellum on the radio.
Yeah, maybe I've just become immune to it or numb to it. But I look at that, like if I'm a Mississippi State fan, and I'm like, okay, I can't go. I'm busy, can't afford it, don't want to spend the money on it. Spring break's coming up, too much stuff going on, whatever the reason. And I know that I'm going to be displaced on Saturday during the game. But I'm going to be able to watch Friday night, and so for $10 I can watch the game while I do burgers on the grill on Friday night. And if I'm around on Sunday afternoon and they played well for 2 games and I want to watch that, I can. Or if I just love college baseball and I want to watch all the games that are happening in this tournament, whether it's Mississippi State or otherwise, I can get that for $25. That doesn't strike me as a bad value. Now, dropping $32 at the concession stand for 2 hot dogs, a box of popcorn, a bottle of water, and a beer.
See?
That's a tough, it's hard to do that.
Yeah. And so even when your team's
but
not
getting to watch like 6 baseball games over the course of 3 days for $25 doesn't strike me as...
Yeah, it does me. I mean, I assume if I asked, the good people here would allow me to expense them. But...
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
maybe.
Either way, I'm going to listen to the games on the radio because I don't want to have to deal with it, just in case. I don't want to ask them to do that for me. I mean, it just... I don't know, man. You mentioned the concessions, right? So you've got an Ole Miss fan that's a season ticket holder or a State fan that's a season ticket holder, and those went up. And you mentioned the ridiculous concession prices. And now when the team's on the road, more money. You got to just keep giving it. You just keep more money. And $25 in a weekend doesn't sound much, but when it's $25 to watch the team and then an extra $7 a month to watch the interviews featuring the team, and another $25 to be a minimum member of the NIL, whatever they're called, collectives, and then another $25 to be a member of the bullpen club, and it's that amount of money paired with everything else they're asking of these people that just continues to increase in price. I feel for people, and part of it is myself. I can't just throw $25 here and there and there and there just because I want to. It just, it's asking a lot of these people. That's all I guess I'm getting at.
It's expensive, man. College athletics is expensive everywhere you turn.
And getting more.
20 years ago, this wasn't even an option. You just had to listen to the game on the radio anyway. At least you have the options now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good way of couching it. Because there are a lot of people, Borky, that would be really angry if there was no option to stream video. I mean, how many Mississippi?
We saw that Tuesday night.
I understand.
We saw that Tuesday when we thought that game wasn't going to get streamed. People were losing their minds.
I think it's one of those things where it's there if you want it, and if you don't have to pay for it. I mean, we're only, 10 years removed from having, 25 SEC games a year on television, yeah. And now basically all of them are.
But that changed, right? And they've got the access to the technology, and, I mean, the SEC is going to write, and I understand that the SEC is not putting this on, but the SEC is going to start writing $60 million checks to these schools, and it's like, here, you got to give us $7 a month for interviews.
Well, not every. I mean, there are certain schools that are doing that.
Right.
That's not
all, but some are. And
however, if you want to hear an